Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston here. Today I'm back for episode number 16 of my Dallas Cowboys franchise series here on Madden NFL 19. And today we're back starting off the playoffs in year number 2. And it's a new playoff season, and it's going to be a new slider set. I'm switching to Flasco 21's all Madden slider set. I've been using his all-pro set for the entirety of this series up to this point, but I decided we're going to switch it up. We're going to bump up the difficulty. I felt like if I had played those games on All Pro, they weren't going to be too competitive. Felt like I was getting a little bit too acclimated to what is, or how to play this year's game to use this All Pro set anymore. So they also came with some XP sliders. I inputted those, and you can see we're going to be taking on the Atlanta Falcons, who defeated the New Orleans Saints in the wild card round last week. The Cardinals also won on the road, so they're taking on the Rams. Falcons are the 6th seed, Cardinals are the 5 seed, I believe. So that is going to be how this shakes out, a divisional matchup in the other side of the NFC bracket. And this one, we've got another team coming into Dallas. Last year, it was Chicago who came into Dallas and beat us in the first round, in the divisional round, upsetting us en route to a Super Bowl loss for the Bears. This year, we are looking to put those playoff demons to rest and win our first playoff game for the first time since 2009, I believe. And you can see we officially put Tyron Smith on IR, and I signed Dawson Burke off of the Cardinals practice squad. So for this game, I'm going to put Connor Williams at left tackle and Adrian Waddle, who's actually the backup left tackle, at guard. And that was mainly because I was concerned more about the Falcons' edge rushers than their interior pass rush, and I wanted, Williams was pretty good as a pass blocker, and Waddle actually had better run blocking stats anyway. I think Waddle might be, he's a right tackle for the Patriots, so I don't really know why he's listed as a left tackle in this game, but I guess he could probably switch around, but I think he's definitely a better run blocker than pass blocker, so it made more sense on the interior for me. So kind of an interesting setup I had going on there. We'll see how it pays off, but opening kickoff, it's going to go for a touchback. Tevin Coleman kneels it down, and we are ready to get underway from AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. It's Matt Ryan taking the field. He led his team to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, and he's looking to get back there, coming off of a 4,400-yard passing season, 39 touchdowns to 16 interceptions. And he enters this game trying to get this Falcons offense going, and he starts it off right with Devontae Freeman carrying up the gut for 20 yards. Second play of the opening drive here for the Falcons. Play action, and this is what the Falcons like to do, use the run game to set up the play action. It's one of the tight ends making a huge grab there, gives them 36 more yards. Third play of the drive. You know, this Falcons offense can strike quickly, and they're looking to do it just here. Austin Hooper to the end zone. And he is in. Touchdown, Falcons. They take an early 7-0 lead, jumping on the Cowboys and looking to play from ahead. They scored just 65 seconds into this game. So it's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense out trying to answer the call here from the Falcon offense. You see Prescott's numbers there. A little bit less than spectacular, certainly less than what we saw during his MVP season in year number 1. But he's looking to answer the critics in these playoffs. So he can certainly put the critics to bed with a good playoff performance if he can lead this team to a Super Bowl. But here we go. That was Ezekiel Elliott getting the first down carry, or the carry for the first down. Now going right side, they ruled that a catch. But if we actually look at the replay, and you can see it slowed down here, it does not look like Harmon really had possession of that ball at any point. But they ruled it a catch, so it's a first down for the Cowboys. And on the first down, it's Elliott getting the handoff. There is a flag on the play, and this one's going to come back for holding. So maybe the luck perhaps evening out right there as the holding penalty cost us the 10 yards that passing play had gotten us. And it's 1st and 20 now, but it's Allen Hurns on the in cut making the first down grab. That was a pickup of 29 and a huge chunk for the Cowboys, getting the first down and more. This was a risky throw, well covered by the defensive back from the Falcons. 2nd and 10 coming up. Prescott now going to go to the ground game on 2nd down, but Elliott only gets a couple, so it sets up 3rd and long for this Cowboy offense from the 28-yard line. Prescott dropping back, feels the pressure, he loses the football. It's out and recovered by the Falcons, and a costly turnover prevents the Cowboys from getting on the scoreboard. It remains 7-0. Next Falcon drive, play action fake. Randy Gregory getting back there for his first sack of the day. Now 3rd and 21. It's that man again, Randy Gregory. Back-to-back sacks on back-to-back plays. And that's going to force a punt away from the Falcons. Here's John Brown, our punt returner. And Brown's going to get into some open space here. This is a nice return beyond the 50 into Falcon territory down to the Atlanta 46. And changing the field position right there with that nice little punt return. Now 2nd and 8. Harmon catches the ball short. Tries to make a man miss. Actually gets brought down by the face mask. So that is going to be good for a first down with the tacked on penalty yardage. And here we go, 2nd and 10. Couple plays later, Elliott getting the handoff, falling forward, picks up about 4. He has struggled so far today, only 16 rushing yards on 5 carries late in this first quarter. Here is Kelvin Harmon, and it looks like Harmon caught that one beyond the first down marker, but then got sort of tackled back behind the line, and they did not give him forward progress, so that sets it up 4th and 5, and we're going to have to settle for the field goal to get on the board. Brad Maher giving the Cowboys their first points of the day, make it 7-3 Atlanta. Now Ryan in the offense back onto the field for Atlanta. That is going to be a catch by Calvin Ridley on the comeback route, as Matt Ryan in the passing offense continues to sort of have their way with this Dallas defense so far. But a 3rd and 5 is going to turn into a 3rd and 10 after that false start. So on 3rd and 10, less than a minute to play in the first quarter. Ryan stepping up in a great deflection. Kaliki Hudson. And there's another flag down. This is also going to be holding on the offense. We would decline. So they would punt the ball back to us. We have got it at the 33-yard line. First down handoff to Elliott. And a little bit better of a run there from Zeke. He's got 6. This time, that's a very nice catch by Alan Hearns, who had the inside positioning on Desmond Trufant. A few plays later, 2nd and 8 into the second quarter we go now. There is a flag on the play, and they're going to call another face mask on Atlanta. So a couple costly face mask penalties on Atlanta have been fortuitous for us. But here we go, another sack for the Atlanta D-line. That time it's Gary Gaines, the rookie defensive tackle, getting or wrapping up Prescott. 2nd and 19 is the play. You can see what the play call is right here, as I'm going to try and get some guys going down the field, particularly my tight ends. I start to scramble to the right, and I can see the Atlanta defensive back covering the right side of the field in the zone. Starts to follow one of my receivers, which leaves this part of the field wide open, and it's Blake Jarwin as Prescott drops that pass right in the bucket on the run. Beautiful throw by Prescott, and that is our first touchdown of the game. Make it 10-7 Dallas on a very impressive play from both Blake Jarwin and Dak Prescott. The extra point is blocked, however, so it remains a 2-point game at 9-7. And now the Falcon offense back out. Here is a very nice catch along the sidelines by Julio Jones. Ryan 6 of 7 for 83 yards so far. Like I said, he has not had a lot of trouble. Fires it short, and I believe that was Calvin Ridley making that catch for a gain of 8. And now on 2nd and 2, nice play by Sean Lee, as Freeman, after that one run where he got 20 yards on the opening play of the game, has not gotten the ball a lot and has not done much with the ball when he has gotten it, and he stops short of the marker once again there. So does not get the first down, and that means we have the ball back as we're still about midway through this second quarter. Another sack for Gary Gaines, as the rookie is having quite the day for the Atlanta defense. 9-7 is still your score. And you can see Prescott, he's got a man open in the flat here. This is Blake Jarwin again running wide open, but Prescott looking right side, and it's intercepted. Desmond Trufant looks like he was almost hiding behind Ezekiel Elliott right there, covering the zone, and he just steps right in front of Elliott to pick that pass off. And that is the second turnover of the day for Prescott. Gives Atlanta good field position. 2nd and 5. And it's Ryan firing short to his running back, but good play by Lee. I would think Freeman matched up against Sean Lee would be a mismatch in favor of Freeman just because of the speed difference. But that was a nice play by Sean Lee, and then we get very lucky right here. It's 3rd and 9, and they pick up about 8.5 on the pass to Freeman. It's 4th and inches, and they're going to settle for the field goal. You know, I certainly would have been going for it in this situation, but instead Atlanta takes the field goal. They retake the lead, 10-9. Now under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Prescott looking to drive his offense back down the field and get back in the lead in this football game. Picks up 16 on the carry right there as he calls his own number. Now 3rd and 9 later in the drive. Prescott feels the pressure once again, and clearly that left side of the offensive line struggling in the absence of Tyron Smith. As I mentioned before, Connor Williams, he did come out of the draft with some potential to play tackle, but he's been playing guard for the Cowboys, at least in this franchise, for most of the time. But anyway, Atlanta offense getting back to it. There is Julio Jones making the grab for the first down. A couple plays later, 2nd and 10 at the 2-minute warning. Ryan dropping back, looking right side. It's going to be the tight end Hooper, who's got the first down carry. He was covered by Kaliki Hudson, but he took advantage of that matchup. Now Ryan dropping back, looking over the middle once again. That's a deflection, just the second incompletion of the day, as that came thanks to the breakup by Byron Jones. Now Ryan make that 3 incompletions. That one was tipped, went in the hands, and then out of the hands of Calvin Ridley. So Ryan is now 15 of 18, but that does set up 4th down, and that means it's going to be another field goal kick for the Atlanta offense. So that is going to make it 13-9 on the back of Matt Bryant's kick. A minute to play in the second quarter. Prescott in the offense with 3 timeouts, going to try and get a couple more points before this half expires. There's Caden Smith getting out of bounds on the short reception. 54 seconds to play. It's 2nd and inches. And we're going to the ground game. It's Elliott taking the handoff up the middle. And he's got a nice run. That might have been his longest of the day, to be honest. A gain of about 13. Now from the 48, under 40 seconds to play. It's Prescott taking a hit. And we got to call a timeout because that is going to be a sack for the Atlanta defense. 3rd and 19 coming up, 33 seconds. Play action, still going to look to go through the air. Prescott firing deep down the field, and it's Allen Hurns coming open on the post route. He beat his man in one-on-one with no safety help. And that is going to put the Cowboys into field goal range. So now 3rd and 10. Prescott taking another hit, and he does get sacked. He is remaining strong in this game, though. That's 3 sacks for Tack McKinley. So another field goal attempt here for the Cowboys. Maher's kick from 52 yards is good, and that sends us to the half. Atlanta leading by exactly 1 point, 13-12. And that missed extra point, or that blocked extra point from earlier in the game, is the difference so far. Both teams with a touchdown and 2 field goals. And you can see on the other side of things, the Rams did defeat Arizona. They got revenge. Last year, it was Arizona beating LA in the divisional round. This year, it's the other way around. The Rams defeat the Cardinals. They're moving on to the NFC Championship, where they await the winner of today's game. Here we go. We've got the ball to start the second half. There's a 2nd down completion to Caden Smith. It's 3rd and 1. We're going to go no huddle. Try to catch the defense sleeping here on 3rd and 1 with a short handoff. Elliott's got the first down and a little bit more as he gets a pickup of about 9. Now later in the drive, we've got another 3rd down. Prescott out of the gun. Stepping up to his left, fires on the run, and he's got a wide open John Brown over the middle. Looks like Prescott was going to take off with his legs, but then found Brown open at the last second and hit him with an impressive throw on the run. That is something that Prescott does exceptionally well, throwing on the move. There, Elliott picking up a few yards, 3rd and 7 now later in the same set of downs. It's Prescott feeling the pressure, and he is sacked. That is Desmond Trufant on the cornerback blitz. So another field goal attempt for the Cowboys. Brett Maher, and another long one, but it is good as he converts and gives the Cowboys the lead for the first time since it was 9-7, as they make it 15-13, and it's certainly an interesting score here. And with it being such a low-scoring game, that missed extra point seems like it might play a factor into the final score of this game. We will see. But anyway, here we go. Matt Ryan again on 3rd down. They fire it short of the sticks. They marked Freeman just short, 4th and inches. And again, they're going to punt on 4th and inches, or not go for it. It's the second time they've had the opportunity to go for it on 4th and inches. But fortunately for them, a not-so-good return by John Brown right there as he kind of froze up. Does mean that we have rough starting field position. So it's Elliott getting the handoff on 1st down. Makes it 2nd and 4. 2 plays later, 3rd and 4. We go to McKissick, the 3rd down back, who doesn't always come in on 3rd down. Usually Elliott remains out there on 3rd down, but McKissick is the backup in that role. And he's got the first down carry. Now next play, 1st and 10. It's going to be Elliott getting 8. 2 plays later, 3rd and 2. Remaining on the ground. And you can see we're really committing to the running game now. We realize that we haven't been able to pass the ball too effectively in this game so far. We're going to try and set up some play action, and it's Devin Kajus. So at one point in this game, I put Kajus as the 2nd tight end. He's been the 3rd tight end all year. But I moved him up to the 2nd spot over Blake Jarwin because I wanted to get the tight ends going in this offense. I'd been throwing to Jarwin a little bit because he had some advantageous matchups against this Dallas defense, or against this Atlanta defense, but he hadn't really been able to take advantage. I think Kajus is going to be the better option as a receiving threat, even though he is the much worse run blocker. But anyway, there was a completion to Caden Smith, and that's going to tack on another, I think, 12 yards there because that would set up, or maybe it was, I don't know how many yards, but it was half the distance to the goal after that face mask penalty. 3rd down, incomplete. And once again, the Dallas offense not being able to get into the end zone as we're going to have to settle for another field goal. But that does make it a 5-point game, which means Atlanta is now looking at a touchdown, something they have not had since the opening drive of this game. But it's Devontae Freeman getting a nice run, but again, Sean Lee showing the good mobility as he gets out there and stops Freeman from getting out into the open field, as now it's Ryan looking over the middle, but it is going to be incomplete. Look at the closing speed by Jordan Lewis right there as he got his hand on that one. 3rd and 1 now, Freeman up the middle, but again, the Atlanta running game coming up short on a short yardage situation as Freeman. Remember, he got that first carry of the day that went for 20 yards. Since then, 8 carries for 12 yards. Now Elliott busting off his best run of the day, makes a couple guys miss, and that is going to give us a 1st down. It's Prescott looking over the middle, and that was maybe Prescott's best throw of the day, I suppose, other than the touchdown to Jarwin, as he fit that one in a tight window, and Caden Smith held on. Smith, again, he has come up big, probably been our most reliable receiver in this 4th quarter, as Caden Smith has 3 or 4 grabs that have all been big time. Here's Devin Kajus getting the grab on 3rd down, and they're going to give him forward progress. That's going to be good enough for a 1st. So the drive will continue for Dallas. Under 5 minutes to play in this 4th quarter now. Prescott looking right side. This time it's John Brown who's had his impact on today's game, as we've seen him make a handful of plays, including some in the return game. Prescott again dropping back. It's Caden Smith. It was 2nd and 20 after a holding call. Now it's 3rd and 4 on 3rd and 4. Prescott, out of the gun. Dak here doesn't really have anyone downfield who's open, but he's got some open space he can run towards. But it is Grady Jarrett coming off of his block at the last second, getting the sack that forces the field goal. And that basically keeps Atlanta in this game. A touchdown would have ended it, making it a 2-score game, but a field goal keeps it a 1-score game, and that's what Atlanta needs. With under 3 minutes to play, it's Freeman making the grab. He's had a huge game catching the ball out of the backfield, but has not gotten a ton of yards. That was a good tackle by Xavier Woods. Here is Ridley making the grab on the slant route for the 1st down. Ryan, 19 of 23 for 177 yards and a touchdown so far in today's game. Now he's dropping back out of the no huddle. He's going to throw this one away, and there's a flag on the field, and it's going to be holding. So a double whammy. We're going to accept the penalty, make it 1st and 20 with 1:43 to play. Ryan, deep drop back on some play action. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie stepped in front of it, and he got the pick. And that's going to give the Cowboys the ball back, up by 8 with 1:30 to play. Atlanta did have all 3 timeouts, so we do need a 1st down to end off or to secure this game, as we do not get one. So we're going to send out the field goal unit. Maher, his 6th field goal attempt of the day, and he remains perfect. That puts us up by 11, and that is going to all but secure this game. Atlanta with one final chance here, 4th and 10, and for good measure, why not throw in another interception to Byron Jones, as we're going to be able to kneel the clock out from here and wrap up a 24-13 win in the divisional round over the Falcons. We get our first playoff win under the Kellen Moore regime, and that is the first playoff win for a number of guys on this team: Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Jalen Smith, and a number of guys who will get that monkey off of their backs. They no longer have to worry about being a team that or being a core group of players that has not won a playoff game together, as we defeat the Atlanta Falcons 24-13. And Brett Maher, maybe the MVP, 6 of 6 on field goals, did have the blocked extra point, but the field goal kicking probably won us the game, because we were not able to get the ball in the end zone much. Prescott with only the 1 throwing touchdown to Blake Jarwin, and Elliott only 94 rushing yards on 25 carries, so kind of a pretty ordinary day from Elliott, which is not what we have come to expect out of him. The defensive lines dominated, though. Takk McKinley and Randy Gregory each had 3 sacks, and you can see the 3 turnovers here. So that is going to do it. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Thanks for watching, and I will be back in the conference championship, where we'll be taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.